A beginner's guide to exercise from an ex-fat bastard. I'm Dave, I'm a personal trainer in the UK. Up until last year I was 125 kilograms and I was a fat fucker. I am now retrained as a personal trainer and it's my aim to help as many dads as I possibly can lose weight. In this video I'm going to talk about beginner's guide to exercise and why going from zero to hero is not the best way to get involved in exercise. Now I've got a video which I'll link here about overcoming gym anxiety, because that was one of the biggest issues that I had. I was worried about people, what they thought of me, how I looked, all that sort of stuff. So let's look at exercise, why it's important. Exercise is great. Exercise is not for fat loss. It helps, but believe it or not, only 5%. 5% of weight loss comes from exercise, because you just can't get the same amount of calorie burn as you would if you're in a calorie deficit. Exercise is great for mental health. So as guys, we all want to make sure that we're there to protect our kids, and we need to look after ourselves to be able to look after them. Secondly, longevity. The more exercise you do, the longer you're going to live. It's that simple. But if you're overweight, you might be paranoid about going to the gym. We want to build exercise up. We don't want to go and just absolutely hammering tongs 3-4 days a week, because it's unrealistic and we will not stick to it. So what I want to teach you about is a standard that I've set myself, and it's called the minimum floor standard, okay? That is where we set ourselves an absolute minimum standard that's better than where we are today, and we build on it over time. So that might mean if you do absolutely fuck all just now, you will go from zero to doing something. And that something could be anything you do that's more. So that could be you don't walk anywhere. You always take the car to the store. You always take the car to drop the kids off at school. But see if it's within a time frame that you can walk. That's you now starting your exercise journey. Now I'm not saying that if you stay 5 miles away from your kid's school, you walk 5 miles to your kid's school. That's just silly. It could be that you walk to the local park and let the kids run around. It could be something as simple as in the house, you stand up and you do 5 squats on the way to the bathroom or the kitchen. That's going from doing zero to something. And then that's your new minimum standard. So that means every day you're going to do at least 5 squats. Now you might not think that is a lot. You're like, what's this guy talking about? 5 squats, walking to the toilet, that's nothing. You're right. In the beginning it's nothing. But you start doing that every day. And then every day becomes 10. Then 15 squats. Then all of a sudden you go, right, I've got a bit more energy now, my legs are a bit stronger, I'm going to add 5 jumping jacks into that. That's amazing. That's you went from zero to doing something. You've now set a minimum standard. And over time, that minimum standard will rise. So this is really base level stuff, okay? You then take that from you want to start going to the gym, but you don't want to go all out. So we're going to then say, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to walk on the treadmill for a minimum time frame, 10 minutes. And then the next week you're going to do, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to walk on the treadmill for a minimum time frame, but I'm going to add an incline to 2%. That's you now progressed. And that baby increment, that again doesn't seem much, but it's the compound effect, because over time you're going to get more. So you went from doing nothing to now doing 15 squats, 5 star jumps, going to the gym, walking on the treadmill, and then walking the treadmill with 2% incline. So then a few weeks later you go, I've been watching somebody using that machine, I'm going to go and try that machine for my chest. So then you go and you start using the machine for the chest. You have now created a new standard from zero to doing something to doing more. Now what you need to think of is the minimum standard that we talked about. You've now added the gym routine in. See the days that you can't be fucked going to the gym, or you can't make it for whatever reason, you revert back to your minimum standard. Then your new minimum standard's right, okay, I'm going to do 15 squats and 20 star jumps at home. That's the minimum, because that's still better than where you were before. That's the minimum standard. If you try to be perfect, excuse me, if you try to be perfect from day one, you will not succeed. And I'm talking from experience, because if we're putting ourselves up here and we're going to say, I'm going to go for fucking 4 days at the gym and I'm going to do all these exercises that someone's programmed me, and you miss a day, you go, fuck, I've missed a day. Ah, damn it. I'll make it up. I'll go tomorrow. Then tomorrow comes, you don't go. That's you now missed 2 days. So that 4 days a week is now 2. You go, fuck, right, I'll make it next week. Do you know what? I've already missed 2 days. I'm not going to bother my fucking arse. I'll start again next week. I've done it myself. Everybody does it. And if you're so naive to think you're not going to do that, well, mate, you're talking shit, okay? You're delusional. And it is that fucking cut and dry. When you put too much pressure on yourself, and I've done it myself, and you put too much pressure, we put too much pressure on ourselves to achieve. Instead, see, when we don't, it hits us hard. So I'm not saying don't hold yourself to a high standard. I'm saying hold yourself to a standard you're not willing to fall below on the days that you can't be 100%, because that's more achievable. It also means that we are less likely to hate ourselves for it and to downfall from everything. So by having a minimum standard, we are still achieving more. And see that minimum standard, over time, that's going to rise to eventually it's going to be 100% from where we were. And then see that new minimum standard that's the 100% that we envisaged to begin with, we're going to push ourselves even further. So we're going from 0 to 100 over time, whereas we'd have went from 0 to 100, fucked it, 0 to 100, fucked it, 0 to 100, fucked it, and then that cycle. Whereas now that new 0 to that 100, we're now going to go to 110, 120, 130, because our ceiling is rising as our minimum standard comes up. It's crazy. And the days that I can't go to the gym for whatever reason, work, parent responsibilities, daddy duty, whatever it might be, I set myself a minimum standard. So it's a standard that I will not let myself fall below. And my standard will be different from yours, and someone could have a higher standard from me. But the point is, I'm holding myself to account, because if I set myself that minimum standard and I don't let myself fall below it, I know that I might not be achieving anything new, but I'm not getting worse. Does that make sense? Not getting worse is key, because that's progress. That is absolute progress from where you are. Here's what I want you to try. I want you to pick one thing that's out of your comfort zone. Now, it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be where you worry about doing this. If you've got a sedentary life and you drive everywhere, you take the kids to the park, whatever it might be, walk to the park. When you get, or if you're still going to drive to the park, do something with your kids. Climb a climbing frame. Play football or soccer, if there's any American viewers, it's football. Or if you want to do something, just fucking stand up right now while watching this video and do 10 bodyweight squats. That's something that you've never usually done. That's now a new minimum standard. When you're sitting watching TV, remember the fucking idiot Scottish guy that talked to you about doing 5 squats and do 5 squats, and see that builds up over time. Now, I am on a mission to help as many dads as I can lose weight and get fit, and I really, really want to achieve this. I want to help you, I want to help other people. Please share this, because if we as men can help other people do something, let's fucking do it. Have a great day.